Yeah, man. Let's go ahead and get to it. So let me ask you, bro. What's been good, G? What's good? Shit, it's the middle of the week. What's been good, bro?
Man, all honesty, man, man, it's been. I know you out there, man, where it's real beautiful. Man, I'm out here, delivering mail in the worst of storms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm talking about, bro. I touched the mailbox the other day. I'm like, damn, I'm ashy. But then I kept going to the mailbox, bro. It was raining so hard, the paint was coming off the mailboxes, bro. So
Damn.
yeah, it was one of those situations where I kind of had to just. I had a video that day, and I was like, O.D.O.D.O, because today was a 1 day mixed in with a day one, and then they like going back, they like battling with each other. You know what I'm saying? They was battling with each other, but here I am, here we are, feeling good, man. Yeah, how your day went? I know you be having them lows, man.
Nah, yeah, for sure, man. It's been a blessing this week, man. I've been consistent with my grind, consistent with my work. God has blessed me with some lucrative opportunities, so we're gonna keep it moving, bro. But I got a question for you, man. I just thought about this, bro. Is there anything that you're doing this week that's different from last week in terms of like, okay, I was fucking up last week, or is there something, bro, that's you wanted to get better at? And it's like, for example, I'll pop it off like last week, bro. I guess it's because I really didn't have no orders in the morning. I wasn't waking up early. I was kind of just rolling out of bed.
Yeah,
This week, man, I've been waking up at like 5 a.m. every morning, and it's like had a whole
yeah,
shift.
yeah.
So is there like something, and maybe not even last week, but there something that you're doing now that maybe in the past you wasn't, bro, that you can really speak on and like that you didn't turn through with?
Yeah, no. I'm gonna really be saying, man, actually giving myself 21 days, right? So
Mm.
there's a lot of bad habits that we all can say we got. So you can't just like just take it and not replace it with nothing, because then that's a void. And then too many voids will have you really unsure who you is when you look in the mirror. So I found a way to like start replacing them, you know what I'm saying, with actually healthy things for self. And I'm gonna say one of the biggest ones gotta be, man, the 21 day step for me. Like
Mm.
after I replace it with something, I try to become consistent with it for 21 days. So I'm not just saying, oh, okay, I'm gonna stop doing this and I'm gonna do this, but I don't put no action into it. So I really say 21 days, that's how you build something up. I've done a couple different things that I've seen work when it comes to 21 days. So yeah, all honesty, bro, I think it's gonna be them 21 days that have allowed me to really be consistent with just anything that I feel like I need to be better at. As a father, when it comes to my kids, in sports and how I respond. Okay, let me take 21 days on not even just at football, but maybe something that did around the house that I've had to stop and control emotions and think how I want to respond, because I have to make sure that my intention for those 21 days is right. So yeah, bro, it's a difference, right? It's a big difference, bro. It's a big difference.
Is there anything like thinking in the future, thinking ahead, that you actually want to start a 21-day challenge on that you actually haven't started just yet?
I believe that the goals, personal goals that I have right now, I'm in full on tunnel mode to accomplish, right? But I
Mm.
will say this: I have wrote those down, right? So like you always say, man, like really like start sharing your talents, but not only sharing your talents, but monetizing your talents, right? That's what we speak a lot, and we try to like really like send that energy and manifest for self. So yeah, man, really, I really just been able to write them down, because it's things that we've conversed about, it's things I talked to my about, it's things that over the last few years that could have had traction by now. That's why it's such a beautiful thing. We can have a balance of what happens when you abide by what you say and then you put action into it, and what you can, what arises from it, and actually just always having a dream. You know what I mean? Like that 1 day versus day one shit. So, man, to kind of get away from day ones when it comes to those type of goals and accomplishments, it's really going to be, and I don't want to use it as an excuse, but knock out this one or two goals personally real quick. You know what I'm saying? And then start being able to try to put a little here and there, because it take money to make money. So try to put a little bit here and there for all these different realms. You feel me?
Hey, listen, I know I'm asking a lot of questions, and this is what we do, right? When we on the
Yeah,
phone.
yeah.
Every time I answer, like lead me to another question because I'm just a curious person. But I was thinking about something, bro. Actually, I wasn't thinking about it. I came across it, and it was from it had Machiavelli as the like subtitle on one of these YouTube videos, but I didn't even click on it, but the actual thumbnail
Yeah.
said keep your goals a secret as long as you can until you reach it, or something along those lines. And I know we've heard that before, like don't
Mm-hmm.
tell nobody what you plan on doing. And it's like a thin line with me between those two, because on one end of the spectrum, I totally understand that mindset of not telling somebody what you're about to do. But then I also sometimes I'm inspired by others who let you know what they're about to they're what they're sought out after, what they're seeking, and
Mm-hmm.
they actually go ahead and achieve it. And it's like, damn, bro, it's kind of like a streamer. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
they take you through the journey of, damn, I remember when bro said he's gonna do this, and then you look back like, damn, bro really did that.
Yeah.
And I do think there is a thin line between the two. But when I asked you those, those two questions, whether it was, do you have a specific goal upcoming that you're trying to reach as it relates to a 21-day habit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Creation or even breaking something. And it wasn't anything specific, but you had it like an overarching, I got some goals I'm working on.
Yeah. And that's the difference. That's the
What are your thoughts when it comes to actually sharing what you're working on before the product is actually out, or service or whatever it is, versus keeping it on tuck and only sharing with the public once you've actually accomplished something, reached something, launched something? Like, at what point do you begin to vocalize it? Because even with really quick, even
one.
with my app, and I think it froze real quick. You good? I
Yeah.
I get excited, y'all. My thoughts be running wild. But even with my app, right? I've
Yeah.
been talking about that for 2 years. That bit ain't even launched yet. And so sometimes I'm like, damn, bro, I shouldn't even say nothing because there's some complications going on in the back end. And I might get
Mm-hmm.
excited and be like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, bro, we right here. It's like, man, nigga ain't gonna drop that app, bro. Been talking about it for 2 years. But then on the cargo van tip, nobody knew I was doing that. And before
Yeah.
you knew it, I
Yeah.
had been doing it for a whole year. I'm like, hey, this is what I've been doing. Check me out. So you know what? Yeah, again, throwing it back over to you. What are your thoughts, bro?
What happens when you believe you're worthy? You feel what I'm saying? What happens when you believe you're worthy? The budget Bible came from when you believe you were worthy. And the process that it took to get in there, like people don't know, it was. I remember getting called over, like, bro, just check it out, and I'm like, oh, I'm fucking with it. He was like, nah, I gotta demeat it. It's too much meat in there. Pause. He said he paused, like it's just too much. I don't want to, cause you had a vision and which is what have led to the app, and the app going through the software, going through the stuff that is going through on that back end with the investment already in it. I believe the difference of, and to kind of bring it back to your question, I love the fact that, but I'm on the end, you know what I'm saying? So I know it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's amazing to kind of see how you like taking the steps on this journey. The app do drop, and the other doors that you've opened. Once that does allow itself to just flourish, I think that people will look back. You know what I'm saying? And you have that thought process of what I said last time. Like, man, this is what I want to do one day, and then you finally accomplish it, even though there was other little goals that you accomplished during that time. As far as I go, it has to have. I'm in a situation, right? Well, I'm a dream chaser. I know talents. I know my worth. I know all these things, right? But then I got a brother like you who is literally the same thing with the same belief in self in all those regards, but then have taken steps, and not just steps to take a dream and like put it on paper, but then actually further and further and further. So when you've got to be in, so like, just like I used to hear the music before it hit the radio. You know what I'm saying? When you like, yeah, that's a banger right there. Like, so to be in that inside, you like, damn, if I had a song that I put in the radio, how would I do it? Because I heard how he was able to flip. Fast forward to now, damn, if I really want to put this out, like I want to put it out, well, damn, I've already got to see someone who I know personally. They steps and they did it, and it actually led to something. So it wouldn't make sense to continuously talk about it, but I know where I'm lacking to allow it to flourish. You know what I'm saying? So it's still realizing what has to be taken out and replaced to allow that to kind of meet.
Nah, that's a fact because I do got some things that I'm working on that I know is like a future project that I don't even have the means to be able to complete right now. And it
Yeah,
would be irresponsible, right? To just go out here and be like, hey, bro, man, I'm thinking about doing this and doing that and doing this. It's like, damn, bro, all right, now you tripping. But to your point, it's like, I've already taken the steps, I've already made the investment. It is going to come out in terms of the app. So, that's cool,
yeah,
because that even
yeah.
started with it's another thing too. It's like I had the funds to invest into an app before I even began to invest into an app. So
Mm-hmm.
when I made the budget Bible, I was able to say, hey, I'm gonna make an app that go with this,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Because I'm actually working towards it, and it's like it makes sense. But it's different when you don't have the funds for something and you like, I'm gonna invest in some real estate.
yeah,
Nigga, no,
yeah.
you not. So nigga, no, you not. It's like internally, like, bro, why even telling folks that? So yeah,
Now,
nah, yeah.
I got a question for you right quick, because hey,
Yeah.
talking about the budget Bible and the app, what do you do when the hype is gone? Let me break that real quick for you. Two things. You had a very, very lucrative and a response of a music career. Then a epiphany go off like I got a lot of talents to offer. Then bam, everybody already know how you was outside of music before then. And then the business side, I believe the business side really came when you got to see a different side of from marijuana to cannabis. So I think that's when the wheels really got to turning when you start seeing like really how lucrative a lot of things was outside of what you thought it was gonna always be for you. So fast forward to you releasing the budget Bible and the book doing amazing and how the energy went, and then a not a stoppage but a journey which eventually led to the app. But then now that the app is not there, the combination of you being able to ride the hype off the book into the app almost, I don't know if you're able to see the connection. But with saying that, what have you or are you doing to continue to know that the hype is not the hype, but it's more so who you are and what people already like see in you when you like give us you.
Man, that's a great question. I was just listening to a video by Gary Vaynerchuk today, my boy Gary V.
I love it, boy.
And he was saying he had like a keynote speak, and he was telling the host, because he was the guest speaker, he was telling the host what he thought would be the future of Chat GPT.
Yeah.
And within that conversation, he spoke about brand, how important brand is, because eventually it'll get to a point where you can just say, hey, Alexa, or because it'll all be integrated. You just say, hey, Alexa, order me a pizza.
Hmm.
And it's gonna order you a pizza, but the difference is it's gonna already have a built-in partnership with the pizza companies that they may want to, you
Hmm.
know, order the generic pizza from. Order me a pizza, okay, we got you, and they're gonna send it to you. However, brand comes into place when you say, hey, Alexa, order me a Domino's pizza or
Hmm.
order me a Pizza Hut pizza. So how does one actually build their brand? And to be honest, the host of that conversation, he is a business owner. It was
Yeah.
actually his company, and he was asking Gary V like, how do I build my brand outside of my company? And he was like, man,
Mm.
if you're not willing to be like a personality, if you will, then your brand needs to have its own voice. And so I bring this back to the forefront. This is actually the reason why I'm more in front of the camera than ever. I'm probably more in front of the camera now than I was even when my rapping days was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I understand that, yeah, I could be doing cargo van. Yeah, I could be doing the budget Bible. I could be doing a lot of different things. If I can build myself up to be like, oh yeah, that's Dooney. Like Dooney is some about Dooney. Even with the motivate, the passion I give when trying to motivate others. It's like some about Dooney, bro. Everything he touched turned to gold. And
Yeah.
if I can build that loyalty, if I can build that credibility, it's like I can put out a calorie count app. And niggas like, man, that been my rock, that been my role. So but that's only a small piece of the pie. What about the other millions of people that don't know you? Right? How do you then and this is kind of getting off the question because that's more so, you know, when you lose the hype. The hype is only there for those who know you. You feel me? And that have heard of it. But I guess a flip side of that question in terms of where my mind goes and what I'm working towards is if that's 10% of the pie, how do I capture the other 90%? Right?
Indeed.
How do I capture that other 90% to build a hype? So yeah, I guess to answer your question in a super simple format is to just continue to create this content, bro. Create this content and not sugarcoat shit and not sell you on nothing. Just really give you what I got to give, bro. And
let me follow up with that, bro.
yeah,
A lot of people, like you said, a lot of people just have to know, like, I know who your dad is. Not the man he is of now, but you know, the journey, the stories, the legend, how they always say. Do you believe you were taught wealth or money survival? And how has that affected you today, being something you might want to change or something that you have embraced?
Man, bro. I haven't really been taught much from a verbal standpoint, but from afar, man, bro, I have really seen what investing in yourself can do because my pops ain't never had no job, you know, but his wife does. And so he can see the duality of both. He can see what an entrepreneur looks like as well as a corporate worker. Considering I've tiptoed the line on both, the one thing I would say, you know, about him is, I mean, he told me this literally yesterday as we were speaking, you know, it's a lot of downs in the entrepreneurship field, even when it looked like somebody really counting bread, you know, because you never know what a person's expenses are. And I told you this before. He said, "Hey, bro, when it get hard, don't eat the elephant, bro. Only take a bite. Take a bite. You can't eat an elephant in one bite. If you try to eat the whole elephant in one bite, bro, you would drown. You would drown. You would give up. You would throw in a towel. But if you take one bite at a time, man, you can't be successful. So to go back to your question, yeah, I can say man, I don't know. I can't correlate the two because I didn't learn it per se. But I will say that from my mom, man, boy, you know, me coming from a single parent household, you know, your mama out here working hard as hell. I'm sure y'all can relate. Mama working hard as hell, man. You really learn survival, but it also make you want to thrive. You know, that's why every football player, every basketball player get drafted. What's the first thing they want to do? Buy my mama a house. So, you know, that's what I've seen. To be honest with you, I've had to learn the whole wealth building aspect.
I know it was a mix for you. You know what I'm saying? I know how mom is. I know the solid black queen that is. So yeah, I just wonder how that kind of like shaped you. I know people always say shaped you. So you know, kind of have that from a far look, but actually see, you know, damn, it is some kind of success behind that. But then also seeing mama succeed in the way she has, even to this day, especially to this day. So yeah, I just love to know how that, you know, that people know how that kind of transition, like you say, the reason that it be the excitement when I'm over here streaming and speaking to Zoo, and I'm seeing people are engaged, and not just engaged, but actually like seeing the information, the type of the shit that you give. You know what I'm saying? They really seem to be like indulged into learning more, indulged into damn. I really feel like what he's saying is raw, and it kind of take us back to what you said earlier, bro. Like thinking about when you be going live and shit. I really think it's like it is that people getting to see the journey, right? Because like I don't know, you really saying, okay, yeah, I'm finna go drop this. I got this app finna drop. Oh no, you make sure you go get the budget Bible. No, it's like a journey of the process, the entrepreneurship, the logistics. Like this is the part you're getting me. But again, I love how you say this is a time to where y'all like even when we do our thing right now versus solo, it is like this is who Dooney is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I want the brand. You know what I'm saying? The building of the brand. You know, like myself, like bro, when I was rapping, you know, so I had a lot of names. I was going through a lot of characters. You know what I'm saying? I think I ended off with It's crazy. The little alchemist boy. I ended off with Jose 2 times. You know what I'm saying? My real name. Before that, I was Super. So
Yeah.
you know, it's a way like that brand for real. You know what I'm saying? So really, like I think what that was, like somebody told Will Smith to use his name for the show because that's your brand. That's who you are. It's gonna be engaged with you. It's gonna be connected to you. So yeah, it's little moments like that, man. So yeah, we continue to build, man.
Nah, that's real, bro. Let me ask you this, switching gears, bro. Man, some days it's like I can be on camera,
Mm-hmm.
I can shoot some content, I can take some time to edit it. And then once I get off, bro, it's like my energy can drop. And it's not directly correlated to like recording and then this, but you get back on to reality. Like
Yeah,
it's two different worlds, right? You can be in your phone so long to where you in Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, you just bouncing around shit. It can be 2, 3 hours then pass by and you've been in the virtual world. But when
yeah.
you put that phone down and you like look around and you back in reality,
Mm.
you know, sometimes it can make you feel like, what if you just watched 15 minutes of a nigga stunting? You feel me? Like
Yeah,
pulling up to this mansion or pulling up, like basically living a lifestyle that you like, damn, bro, I'm so ready to get there, right?
yeah,
It could
yeah,
make you either want to like speed up the process. It could make you feel anxious to like it could make you like doubt. It could make you go and internalize things. It could make you look at your spouse and be like, damn, bro, are we like them? Like and these things are unsubconscious because consciously or yeah, consciously we don't think like that,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But subconsciously, sometimes it can just go on autopilot. You gotta like snap out that shit.
Now
Um,
quickly too.
quickly. So my question to you is, how do you still persevere and push through on those low energy days?
Man, honestly, bro, just to really like kind of try to tie in my answer that I'm gonna try to like really give genuinely. As what you was just stating, all I could think about was like first Ready Player One. Ready Player One, I probably seen over like 200-300 times. I love that movie. Like
That's a lot
love
of
that
time.
movie. No, like for real. Like I love that movie. I ain't gonna lie, I love that movie. But it's like when you take that off, and you're not in the Oasis,
Mm.
my son, my boy. I remember part of the movie. My boy actually got killed in the Oasis, lost everything. My boy's finna go in it all. He finna go unlive himself from the 30th floor. Finna jump out the window. Somebody come save
I
him.
do
It
remember
was
that.
super deep. But on them low energy days, on those moments where just got done working. Just said I just got home, sat outside for like 10 so minutes, just scrolling, come in the house and just scroll, talking to the kids, but then I just scroll. Hey, y'all get out their phones and all that stuff and go do something for yourself. Go learn something. But I'm still just scrolling. And then finally I'm like, oh man, I've been scrolling for a minute. And then I'm often, like you said, I'm looking around, I'm thinking, I'm going through all those emotions that you spoke of. And then I think the same thing that would get you down should be the same thing that put a fire in your ass.
Hmm.
So the same shit that I'm looking around at, and I know I want better, and I know I want this, and I know I wrote this down, I know I'm a lot better than that time. Hey, that's the same shit that put a fire on my ass. To be honest, I know we O.D.O.D.O is actually the one day. To be honest with you, is actually the one day thoughts, the one day images, the one day possibilities. That is what get me through those low frequency days. God, hey God, we talk a lot. We do talk a lot, God. And you know how I'm coming right now. You know how I'm feeling. I, I just need some strength. I need some strength because no, this ain't the worst I could be right now. I know what they look like. But man, your time, can it be my time for once? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Real.
for real. Like for real. So those be those moments, bro, during those low frequency times. Shit, calling you. You know what I'm saying? Talking about sports, to music, to this what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's shit that only can work for you, right? Because I'm sure you have different things. You know what I'm saying? Would love to hear what you have. I know it's a difference, but it's still that same. Like how you can feel me, how you can really feel me right now. But it's like, damn, I don't do those specifically, but the shit that I do make me feel how you feel it right now. So that's what I would say to anybody who watch it, man. Like try to find something that keeps you going and let that be the fire. Because even though it's just a hope, sometimes it only take a hope, a wish,
Nah, that's real.
a mustard seed. You know, so yeah, bro.
That's real. That's real. That's so real. The last part that that mustard seed, and even what this say behind me, let your faith be bigger than your fear. And it's just that. Like on my lowest days, bro, it don't even have to be much. Something can just click, and I'll be driving, I'm good, and out of nowhere, it's just like you can just get sad,
Mm-hmm.
bro. And you can get so low, but even at my lowest, bro, I just be thinking about times where I have went through those valleys.
Yeah.
It's like knowing that I've been able to make it through. And then I also start thinking about my highest moments and how
Mm-hmm.
I've had several of those. And it just makes me feel somewhere in the middle of, I know that I'm not going to allow myself to sink,
Yeah.
right? But I also know that I'm a ways away from where I maybe once was or where I'm trying to go. And it's like I'm somewhere in that middle. And man, all I can do is just continue to be grateful in that
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like, man, I'm so thankful. I was just telling my pops yesterday, like, I was just telling him, like, sometimes, bro, I just smile, bro. I
Mm.
just smile because it's like that shit funny. Like,
Hey.
like really, bro. Like I'm going through this, bro. Like that shit just be funny sometimes. Like, bro, for real. But I told you this years ago, bro. At our worst, you gotta look in that mirror. You gotta let yourself know that, man, I'm not exempt, bro. I am
Mm.
not exempt. And I was telling pops, like, I'm in a moment right now in my life where I'm like, shit, bring it on.
Yeah.
I have to be careful with my tongue because I also understand that I still have a roof over my head. I still have a reliable transportation. And you
Mm-hmm.
don't want to say bring it on with a type of intensity where it's like, nigga, you can take all this shit because people have been higher than I've ever been
Yeah.
and went
Been
further
brought.
down than
Yeah.
where
They
I'm at.
said it's been brought. Real shit.
So you do got to be careful with them words,
Yeah.
but at the same time, that's like the energy that I'm possessing of like I'm getting hit left and right with haymakers and uppercuts and hooks and jabs. It's like you in that fight and you going into
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
championship round, and it's like
Yeah.
you didn't hit me with your best shots, nigga. I mean, what's up? Bring it on, like
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna make it to the bell. And
Nah, I feel that. Nah, that's real. That's
that's how
real
I be
shit.
feeling with my lowest. I'm like, and lastly, I also, thanks to the law of attraction, which is something I got on well over 10 years ago, which is I know at this point in my life, it's not the end all be all, but it is something that's rooted in me, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is something that's rooted in me. And it's like, I had to move that damn light so it can give me some good lighting around here. But it is forgot what I was gonna say around this bitch.
Hey, hey, manifest it. Yeah, there you go.
That must mean the tongue is like, all right, Marlene, simmer down, simmer down.
Yeah, serious. No. But it's what happens when you get to speaking, when you get to feeling
That's
it.
for
Sometimes
real.
you say, I think the best thing that you said was, hey man, in those times of high and low, bro, I'm grateful. Which allows you to understand what a balance can be for you. Like, so I think that's the beauty of it. That's what we all still need to truly learn and work on because balancing anything is great, right?
Yeah,
Look, because something a little too much of something may not be good for you. Probably ain't nowhere near good for you. You know what I'm saying? But we definitely try to balance it out, man. We definitely try
and
to balance it out. Because I pull, like you said it earlier, I pull, and we talk about this a lot of times when we would talk about the highs, and there was some highs, some very, very good highs. I pull for those moments. I pull for myself at that version. It's almost like quantum leaping, quantum jumping. Like I go talk to myself who was like in a different point, who was on a different level, who had a different thought process that came with action. And I go holler at them. You know what I'm saying? I'll let them. I kind of let that moment resonate, and I'll just kind of think about that memory and kind of dive into it on some like Black Mirror type shit. You know what I'm saying? And really get to see what's going on and try to apply that to now. You know what I'm saying? Try to apply that to now. Try to see how in in presently how that type of energy can allow me to, right? Because I'm only gonna take the positive. I ain't gonna take the negative shit that I was doing then. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
I'm
for
gonna
real.
take the positive. So yeah. When I'm replacing, I ain't just replacing with something that I've never tried before. I'm trying to replace with something that works, so I can be the best version of myself. So if I'm 32, I got 32 different journeys, you know, that I could go pull some greatness from.
Yeah, hell yeah, especially when you was 1 and 2.
That, that, they say I wouldn't change nothing. Hey, would you go back to 17 again? Would you go back to 13 again? You know, these big moments in life at 21. No, give me back to one. Yeah, give me back to one.
Give me back to 1.
Head start. Yeah, give me back to head start days, man. You know.
Hey, but going back to that law of attraction, I do remember what I was gonna say, bro. It's like you can't stay in a moment for too long, right? So going back to those lows, and it's not directly related to the law of attraction, but I do remember during those early days and when I first came across it, I just
Mhm.
remember like you would want to stay positive. You would want to have these positive thoughts. And if you did go negative, if you did get down, like you want to make sure that you're not staying in that place for long.
Yeah.
You know, because before that type of knowledge, it was you might be miserable for days. You know what I'm saying? That's a normal activity. But when you got that in the back of your brain and back of your mind of I know how powerful it is to have a positive outlook on life, right? It's like that allows me, even when I'm at my lowest, bro, and I'm trying to fight that shit, I feel like I'm able to accelerate through the low to get to maybe not a high energy, but at least to your point, that balance, like somewhere like that, okay, I'm just kind of floating right now because
Yeah. Yeah.
floating energy is much greater than, man, what am I doing energy? You
Mm-hmm.
feel? And so that was one thing, but yeah, bro. I have one more question for you, and I want to go ahead and get to our new segment before we get on up out of here, bro.
Yeah, you talking about real 5 o'clock for real.
Yeah,
Till I really wake up every morning at 5, like
yeah, yeah,
something, what's gonna happen? Like what's like what kind of energy? Thank you, Lord, for giving me the breath today. Use me today how you see fit.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to add in let today be the day. You
Let's
know what I'm saying? Let today be the day. You know how
right.
much I ask for you. You know how much energy I put out there. You know what I do. You know my intentions. You know my heart. You know my soul. You know my spirit. Yeah, Lord. Yeah, this day one. Like really, truly, this day one. And day one should have a lot of 1 day energy. The day one I'm expecting because right now these day ones are grinding. They grinding. But what happens when you get to go face the day one boss? You win. So I'm just trying to keep practicing, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep leveling up until I see the boss. Because then once I see the boss, then I'm hoping that's when they both connect.
Yeah, yeah. And the greatest thing is when you see the boss, you're gonna realize you was just looking in the mirror.
Mm.
On to the on to the next question though.
Other people say back like, mm-hmm.
Hey, why do we delay starting even though we know we need to change? Why do we delay starting something even though we know we need to change? And again, it always comes back to this, right? This is just a super easy one because everybody will have different ones. But
Mm-hmm.
if I know I need to wake up early, let's say 5 a.m., why is it so hard to stop myself from hitting the snooze button? Or if I say, man, tomorrow gonna be the day, I'm gonna go without YouTube for the whole day, bro. I'm not gonna have no distractions. I'm gonna just
You
lock
tried
in.
that.
And then I'm driving for 8 hours, and it's like, all right, fuck, bro, I gotta throw some YouTube. Like, why
Uh-huh.
is it so hard to actually change when you know, bro, that there's greatness behind that change?
A young me would have said, man, it's a defying force. Like that we all have to kind of like kind of break through, right? What they do, keep it simple. The matrix. Like, you know, you break through the matrix. What happens? Like in a sense, right? Like that's on a whole thought provoking type of answer. But during those moments when you know you need to change, what are the why granted, I think when I first started meditating, I think you were one of the ones who really broke it down for it. But let's say you meditate for 10 minutes. You sit there, you get your music ready, or you do it in silence. You get yourself all ready, get hold it straight, you know what I'm saying? You ready, I'm finna meditate. Boom, start the clock. Them first 2.5, 3 minutes, you got a billion thoughts running through your head. The next 2 minutes, you itching and scratching them random places. You like, what the fuck? I ain't even know I can scratch. It's right there. So right now I'm itching over here. You really ain't get maybe about 2.5, 3 minutes in that meditation.
Yeah.
But that moment you finally locked in and you got that, it did something to you. So those moments that you are in that situation, you should think about all those moments, all those situations where you didn't put no energy, all those situations you put no action into. But then those ones that you did, when you knew you needed to change and then you changed, or you knew you needed to accomplish this goal and you did, how that made you feel? What came from that? Like what journey led from that? You know what I'm saying? So you gotta find a way to like to really like flip. I always say flip it because you know personally, it's a lot of times I've been on the phone with you and I'm sitting there talking about like yeah man I got this right here. Like damn that sounds good in a bit. Damn okay. What you got? Shit, that's I'm gonna look into it tomorrow. That's a great question. Type shit, you know what I'm saying? And then where that shit go? Nowhere. That shit'll flow away. And it's like, damn, you said about the guy in New Orleans who kept saying God's gonna come save me, God gonna come save me, God gonna come save me on multiple chances where people came around with boats. And he was just waiting for this ultimate thing to happen. And God had came a couple times for you. Like that's what I was doing. So I think that's the same thing that ties in with the situation. How many times when you're feeling that moment and you continue to keep going through it and you wonder why you're continually feeling that same thing in those situations. Damn, I know I could. I know I don't like I don't like the scenario I'm in. I know I need to change something.
Right.
Same scenario come. Damn, I know I need to change something. Same scenario come. I need to change something, and then I put a little change into it. Then now all type of shit get to happening, right? And I done missed it a couple times that it could have been happening. And then it could be this one moment where it was like, fuck, I'm actually losing it. Like I think this is it. Like I ain't got no more in me. But it then came, that switch. So yeah, that's a wild one.
I tried to put you as the solo.
Y'all working with us in the episode. Hey, let's go. Hey, check out episode 100 one day. It won't be the same. It will not be the same. Let me see. I want to find.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, man. Guarantee at episode 100, it won't be like this. So yeah, we love how y'all get to really be on this journey. Yeah, as we build brands. Yeah, you see, you gotta listen too. Don't just be watching this to watch. Make sure you listen and soak some up. I do. Yeah, I do.
That's a bit, bro, and everything gonna get turned up, man. This episode 3, like you say, by episode 100, the production gonna be better. We mess around and have people throwing topics to us. Like we just really come right now to get it started. See, this is a real day one opportunity, bro, because you may not pick up on everything. It may be a couple of things that you pick up on, but eventually that big gonna be all home runs. But right now we hitting a couple singles, couple doubles, maybe a couple home runs. This how I start, bro.
The Rangers need a couple RBIs. You know, you see what happens when you don't get the score. You can't do nothing if you can't score.
Hey, bro, you gotta earn your jersey one way or another.
Nah, straight up. I
want to introduce something real quick, bro. I want to introduce this new segment. We gonna call this the wisdom wheel.
Yeah,
wisdom wheel.
Yeah,
we gonna bring the wheel to the stage. You feel me? Let me change this up.
Let's go.
The wheel even gonna get better. This some real day one shit. We just went and grabbed some real quick, but the concept, just focus on the concept. Everything else gonna get better. But the wisdom wheel, we put a few topics on here. All right. We're gonna let that thing spin. Whatever topic it land on, me and Jose gonna give our thoughts on it, and then we're gonna let y'all slide up out of here, man, for sure. So let me go ahead and go to this wheel, bro. All
Let
right.
that
You ready
thing
to spin,
spin.
bro?
Huh? Yeah, let that thing spin.
That's a bit. You see that thing spinning?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's see what it land on,
I
man.
love the journey. Y'all get to see this journey.
What's that? Inner circle?
In a circle.
Circle. Now check this out, bro. Check this out. Inner circle. Check out what we got for inner circle, bro. Because it ain't just inner circle. We got a little subtitle for y'all. Inner circle, bro. This is crazy right here. This is crazy. This actually, oh boy, this is a little touchy. Inner circle. How do friends in your inner circle reflect your growth?
Mm.
That's a corporate question, but the reality of it is, bro, talk about the inner circle, bro. How important is the inner circle? Like, is it really true that if four of the people that you hang around, you will be the fifth, like in terms of being cut from that cloth, accomplishing what they accomplish? If all the motherfuckers is doing nothing with life, will you really be the fifth one doing with
Thanks.
life, or can you
Thanks.
go over there and kick it in and still be, you know what I'm saying, totally different? Or do you have to
I
surround
got the
yourself
sign.
with an inner circle? And it's such a great question. But what are your thoughts on inner circle and the impact of having the right inner circle?
I guess it's all about where you are in life, right? Uh, the circle I had growing up couldn't tell me when the best thing going. That was the life I wanted. That was the life I lived. That was the excitement that came. You know, that was the intention. You know what I'm saying? So that's why that circle made sense. But as you get older, as you start really seeing what you really truly want out of life, what you deserve out of life, then you get to looking around you. You get to trying to see what you really want. And I think what I have learned, they say circle so small like a Cheerio, like you know what I'm saying, and not in no, it, man, fuck them niggas, man, I can't talk to such and such, I fell out with such and such. Nah, it was no type of negative energy, no type of beef, no type of. It was almost like just that understanding, like damn, it's just I'm continue to step, as I'm continue to take my journeys, as I'm continue to learn, as I'm continue to become successful in my own right. Someone else's success might not mash well with that. You know what I'm saying? Or they may not have been able to get to that level in that scenario. So when you're dealing with your circle, you must look around. And this is a situation where I think we both have said it. Like we have to look around and see what is truly around us. And then it starts with who we talking to every day, how we talking to them every day. What is the energy that's being talked about? Like, is this conversation making me better? Like, okay, so when you realize that it doesn't, then it starts to slip down to, well, when I'm with this person, it may be fun or cool at that moment, but then when they leave, it's like I feel like time was wasted. You
Mm.
know, so as I think of the inner circle, and I know we have to be real deep about that because I know it is people who may have a partner or a friend or whatever you want to say that might not be as motivated, right? Might not be as motivated. They may actually in a scenario where you can never be content, they might be okay, and that's okay, you know, in the sense. But so then now you don't look at it like, well, this. I got this my circle. This is my circle, and then I'm gonna put them over here. Like that may be how you start to formulate the inner circle, right? Because those are, and then I look at it too. That could be your mom, that could be your uncle. You know what I'm saying? Who is in that inner circle? Who you speak to? Who you gain wisdom from? When y'all share knowledge, when it's you both are able to be in a vulnerable stance, but then y'all also understand that the moments when it's high, you both are high. You know what I'm saying? Like, or you're very congratulatory of one as the other is of you. You know, so yeah, man, I look at it deeply because it's been scenarios, and then You may have people in your inner circle who you don't speak to because you manifest for them so much, and the energy is so much, and it's like you hope and wish and want nothing but greatness for these people, right? So I look at it in that route too, because I know I take time and I pray and I manifest for ones who I know are successful and who had to overcome. You know what I'm saying? They talk about the underdog story, but how about the story of the one who constantly made choices that really didn't allow them to receive everything they should have received at that particular time. But they always had a great heart. They always had great intention. They were smart. They were wise. And then they finally were able to accomplish that. That right there for me, we don't have to talk all the time. That right there for me is when we do talk, we know we finna learn something. We know we finna gain something. Like how many times have you tried, you act with the heart that you had, you try to have mastermind groups and you try to have these type of circles being built, and some have grown and then some didn't. But that doesn't mean that, damn man, fuck them. Now it just means that unfortunately, I think that what you want, what I want, doesn't coexist with the actions that are being put out individually. So that just might be why it kind of pulled apart. Not a negative thing, not a bad thing, just of what had happened was. You know what I'm saying? And what the search say, it is what it is. So yeah, man, if I could give y'all any input on this right here, man, shout out to the wisdom wheel. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a wise dome. I'll definitely say don't watch your inner circle. Just make sure that it is engulfed with positivity. Make sure that if you have someone around, it's for a reason, and vice versa, because you don't want to take from no one that you're not putting into, and that's how it has to go.
Man, I learned a lot from just listening to that for real. I was, of course, thinking about that same question in my mind, but I really echo a lot of the things you mentioned. Uh, shit, man, damn. The one thing that was going through my mind, bro, is so I have a real adaptive personality.
Mm-hmm.
I can adapt and fit in with just about every crowd, bro. I can fit in with a corporate crowd. I can fit in with, with some street niggas. I can fit in with, if you want to just talk about sports, I can do that. If you want to just, what I'm saying, whatever you want to do, bro, I can do it for real, for real. But it's actually a real deal gift and a curse. The gift is I do feel comfortable in every circle. You feel,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how I've been able to build. I wouldn't even say my circle, but build my network.
Yeah,
How
that
the
Rolodex.
now the curse around it is exactly what you just mentioned, which is the time that's wasted.
Mm.
Because if I'm got a couple of people in my inner circle and all we doing is like kicking the shit, and those conversations end up being like extended conversations, like I could find myself being super focused on something, picking it up with the intentions of this. Let me just holler at him real quick for a couple of minutes since he let me answer it. And then when I hang up, let's say that shit end up taking 35 minutes. I
Mm.
hang up now, I'm not even in that same mode of what I was doing prior to that. And that's a different perspective of the inner circle. But as I look internally, that's something that I've really been trying to do better with, because some of the motivating things I've heard on this topic that I have really picked up and I want to incorporate in some sense of the word is like, bro, you have to really learn how to say no. And it
Mm.
doesn't have to be a physical, like, hey, no, I can't go here. No, I can't go there. That's the obvious. But
Yeah,
sometimes no is like, no, bro, I can't even holler at you right now. You
yeah,
know
yeah, yeah.
like, and so, when I think about that, bro, it's like you have to be able to lock in and focus. So that's one side of it. But lastly, the other side of that is from a positive side, that I need to work on is just as much as I have an adaptive personality,
Mm.
I also have a real introverted personality as well. And
Yeah.
I know that a mastermind group is real, but just as much as I would try to build one, I also have the same energy of just like, I'm about to do this shit myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just do it myself. I'm gonna just stay isolated and I'm just gonna be in this bubble. And
Mm-hmm.
you hear stories of that working for some people. You hear stories of others like having to partner up. And I think I've lived long enough to know that to go from good to great,
Mm.
do have to expand my network or my inner circle with like-minded individuals who are smarter than me.
Yeah.
A lot of times we get in a place of like, okay, I'm smarter than them. I'm not smarter than them. I'm somewhere in the middle. We'll always be somewhere in the middle. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like, do you have the wherewithal to really be able to go and seek out people who are smarter than you in said subject and said topic, and really be able to have the humility and be like, hey bro, man, I don't know what I'm doing with this app over here in terms of the advertising to corporate sponsors. Like, I need help, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and for a lot of us, that shit is hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
In last words, bro, for me with the inner circle, I do believe that your inner circle, they say what they say, your net worth, your network is your net worth, right?
Mm-hmm.
I truly believe in it, and that's a challenge that I have to give to myself, bro. If I do want to go from good to great, bro, I need to really partner with people who are further along than me, especially if they are putting a hand out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They are putting a
Hey,
hand out, and I'm just
but
dabbing.
still,
I ain't even.
but
I
still
ain't getting
making
to it,
sure,
I'm just
but
dabbing.
still making sure that it's all good, because we've had millionaires reach out, buy suits, try to teach some shit, and the energy didn't feel the same. So even though in those same scenarios, still making sure, even when you speak that, the inner circle still gonna be how I construct it, right? Because you all can construct it how you see fit for your life, for what your ambitions are, and for what you crave. So yeah, now I'm definitely happy you spoke that, because we've been in situations like that where you have to still decipher, what is good and what's not.
And even in the situations, like I got one that comes to mind that I'm sure we probably both thinking of, which was one of the last ones, especially when you say suits. Uh, it's, it's one of the last ones. I think it's so important as I reflect on that time in terms of how I could have even allowed that to blossom further.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
you have to be humble enough to make the other person know that you're, let me say it a different way. Sometimes you can come off, not you, I'm talking about me actually, but
yeah,
in
yeah,
general,
yeah.
sometimes you can come off as yeah, I already know. Or hey, oh, he giving some game. Yep, I'm for sure. Yep. And I ain't even gotta verbally say, oh, you already knew that.
Body language.
Time is just a yeah, okay, for sure. Like, okay, I'm peeping game. And I do think that's chess to a certain perspective, but I think if you can have a skill set, a soft skill of being able to extract as much knowledge and wisdom and data as one is trying to give, because somebody's trying to give the game.
Yeah, yeah,
You kind of just be too cool and be like, oh yeah, for sure. I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna let you give me whatever you want to give me. But
yeah.
I need to come in there and know. Okay, I picked. This is a level up of being playing chess. Okay, the playing chess is okay. I'm peeping the game. I'm cool. I'm silent or whatever. The next level up is knowing. Okay, I see what he good at. I see where his expertise at. I see where he can help me in like certain areas. Like, let me make sure I am shifting the conversation to stay on a topic like that, a broadness like that, instead of just going with the flow and just kicking the shit sometime. And no, keep
Yeah,
that. Keep it
yeah,
right there so you can extract what you need. If this is the last time you ever see dude,
yeah.
what can I get from it? If they are giving it.
I give you, yeah, no, for
You
sure.
just pull up to somebody and try to, you know what I'm saying? But so yeah, bro. Another episode in the books. Um, as a lasting thought, bro, I'm gonna ask this question. I know mine gonna be different than yours, but what were your thoughts on this episode, bro? Anything? What do you think? What do you think going into the next episode? What can we do better? What did you like about this? Just what are your thoughts, bro, going into the next episode that we could take?
So far, bro, I think this is my favorite one so far. I
Dang.
think it was real genuine. Yeah, I think it had the I definitely love the wisdom wheel. I think we were able to show wisdom. I think we were able to show genuine energy when that wisdom wheel came up. I believe before then, we were able to have questions that kind of just arose. Like I love it, right? Because we all started this off of conversation we had on the phone. The only difference is we are being intentional with the conversations, and I don't mean like teleprompter intentional. I mean, like this shit ain't from basketball to football to sports to to what we going through, and like it's like in a nutshell, but we're taking the good out of what we truly want, but still being vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Still allowing the thought process. Like I believe as the viewers continue to grow, they will see a real thought processing and how we are trying to really let this go through us and then kind of like speak it, right? So yeah, this is one of my favorite ones so far, bro. I believe going forward, um, I think we do kind of follow the line of how this process went. Meaning that I don't feel like we were too I don't feel like I don't feel like we were kind of going for something else than what we given, which is one day or day one. And each conversation won't be about, man, today's either one day or day one. Nah, you kind of just have to allow the energy to like receive itself, right? Because like you said earlier, and we giving, we are truly giving. So hopefully you can receive. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you can receive. Hopefully you can really enjoy what you learning here. Hopefully you can really say whatever they were just talking about. It was some about the energy that they created that allowed me to really just dive into what I'm going through in my life because they did say something that I'm literally thinking about. Matter of fact, once I get off of here, I'm gonna probably be put my phone down. I'm gonna be thinking like, this really ain't where I want to be right now. I got a roof over my head. I'm not I'm not. It's not the worst shit, but I do want more. Like I do want more. Not just I deserve more. Nah, I just want it. Like right now, I need more. Nah, I just want more. Like I just want more. So man, for those viewers, man, man, hey, you follow me at the Motivating Mill, man, and it's only positivity. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of talent myself can continue to provide. It's a lot of things I do have on the horizon. But as I accomplish these last couple few personal goals for self, then I allow myself to be able to really give more. But I've been very enjoying the last 10 months. I've been truly enjoying it. And now that I've been able to even get a glimpse of the motivational aspect of my dream in these last 2-3 months now.
A long time coming.
Yeah, long time coming. So man, it's a beauty. It's a beauty when you are disciplined. It's a beauty when you are consistent. It's a beauty when you put action. And yeah, man, I gotta say, like you said earlier, but I'm grateful, man. Yeah, I'm grateful.
Man, well, number one, you said something with the O.D.O.D.O, the one dare day one. It ain't gonna always be one dare day one topic, and that's something that's been resonating with me and on my heart to even say. But I think we did a good job even last week of not like harping on it. I think as the following grow, the audience grow, one dare day one is not a topic. It's a mindset. It's a lifestyle, and so what we're talking about through conversation, it embodies that.
Yeah.
So it don't always have to be, and this was day one, and this was one day, and you know that. You know that based on the topics that we talk about, what we discuss, every day, what you going through, not even what we going through, because this is again, we all connected. We all go through shit. So it's like you gonna have to decide that particular, shit. Oh, this from day one day, like so. Yeah, we ain't always gotta say that. But earn your leisure ain't saying, and this is how you earn your leisure every time. What you giving us is how you earn your leisure, goddamn. So, but I'm also about to I'm about to let you know. Guess what? Guess how I feel about this episode. This motherfucker was the worst. I told you it's gonna be different. I told you it's gonna be different. But this was the worst one for me. But this is let you see. It'll open up my mind so you can see inside, right, for the audience. Because Boone ain't gonna be he ain't gonna be surprised by this. But bro, this was the worst one for me because of the lack of preparation on my part. You feel me? Because for those that don't know, me and man Jose do a great job, bro. Letting me know what we gonna talk about, what's the deal. We have a lot of different topics we can choose from, and that's what allows it to be organic. Because it's not like we saying, "Hey, we're gonna talk about this." Nah, it ain't nothing like that. It's just, "Hey, bro, this is the overarching theme, right?" So, like last week, for example, it was rock bottom. and that was the theme of like rock bottom. And
Mm-hmm.
so with me being prepared, although I don't have like like you say, a teleprompter or like a script of what I'm gonna say, I'm coming in with like rock bottom energy. Like
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
about to give you this rock bottom energy. And it just allows me to like put out the passion, you know. And so in this conversation, it was great because the viewer got a chance to see this is what a real conversation looked like over the phone.
No, real shit. Yeah, no, yeah.
And that's why you loved it, because this is what we've been talking about. It's like it's just bouncing, it's just natural, it's just flowing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I do think when this is me talking for me, like if I was just to, if I would have, because this is on me, if I would have looked at the doc and had a sense of where I wanted to go with certain topics, combine that with that natural conversation and that flow,
Mm-hmm.
it would have went up for me. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
balance,
saying?
yeah.
Yeah, but this I wanted to ask that question so you guys can actually see, like, one, how I process things, and two, bro, again, that humility. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
ain't gonna sugarcoat it. I'm gonna tell you what could have been better for me. You
Yeah.
feel me?
Yeah.
So you gonna hey, it's gonna continue to get better on my side. If you thought this was good, I just
Hey, day 3. Yeah.
oh,
Oh,
great.
yeah.
So
No, I definitely can see that because of the viewpoint, right? Is all of, and again, y'all, but you may have somebody who watch this and they like, it's like something else. And you got somebody that watch this and be like, damn, like, man, was that the beginning of, E.T. the hip hop preacher when he was just in the garage with the
no, that's
boy?
great.
And thank God it's Monday, that type energy. You know what I'm saying? So, me, man, I'm a genuine person, man, empathy for real. So, yeah, I think this was great for me because like the reason you said was because it's a genuine conversation, so when we have those segments where it is a little more, like you said, on your end, where you feel like you're a little more prepared, because you feel like you want to be prepared, whether you're doing TikTok shit, you know what you have, you know what I'm saying? Again, it's not verbatim, but at least it's something you can jump back to keep it going, because you are such a passionate person with a vast amount of knowledge. You could be giving this much, this something he really needs, and then you see something else and something inside you say, "Hey, I think he needs this," and then they go to giving that. So yeah, I can definitely see that. So that's what we do, y'all. We find a balance. You know what I'm saying? We have a meeting. You know what I'm saying? We figure out the balance of that, so that way, we're able to give the best versions of ourselves individually, so that way we can have a great cohesiveness. You know what I mean? Because that's the only thing we want to do, man. So, hey, one day a day one.
Talk to
Yeah, one day a day one. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, O.D.O.D.O. Yeah, we're gonna
you.
yeah.
Hey, but that's a bit, bro. Shit, I'm gonna catch you on the next one, man. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, man. Share this thing.
All that.
If you rocking on episode 3, bro, man, by the time we get to episode 100, man, you really gonna be proud. And you know what's the dopest thing about it? Hopefully by episode 100, man, we also proud of you too. Because if you connected with us right now, all the way throughout the journey, bro, we gonna be locked in for sure. We gonna be locked in.
So, hey, that's a bit, yo, man. We're gonna tap in, man. O.D.O.D.O, man.
Hey, we out this thing.
Yes, sir.